Hey, how's it going? I never made an end of the year wrap up video for 2023 because I didn't actually start making videos until about halfway through the year. But 2024 was the first year where I committed to a full year of making videos, even if it was a little inconsistent. 2024 was a year of change for me. It was a year of growth where I think a lot is actually different, even if in the moment it doesn't really feel like it. But when I do look back on 2023 and videos I made earlier in 2024, I can clearly see a difference in my mood and how I am acting. I made a video on that not too long ago, in fact, where for the first time it felt like I was looking back on this new style of content and cringing a little bit. I couldn't really relate to the person I was watching, which was really strange to me. But it's also good because it means I'm growing and I'm changing and I'm evolving like I wanted to back then. 2024 was definitely rough, but I think I made a lot of progress, and there are definitely a lot of things that I would still like to improve on going into 2025. Some of the things that I did in 2024 were regulating the kind of content I am consuming. On social media, it's very easy to get drawn into engagement posts and people baiting your attention and just engaging in posts that overall make you upset. Even if the person isn't trying to make you upset, I think it can be very addictive to constantly be consuming this stuff that is grabbing your attention, that is getting you to respond, at least mentally. Even if you're not literally clicking on reply, you're thinking about it. And I'm someone who loves to look at this type of stuff, whether it's politics or spicy video game takes, just stuff like that, things that make me upset. I am not immune to looking at a lot of dumb stuff like this that is overall not productive. And I think that when I'm already in a bad mood, or sometimes even when I'm just having a good day, looking at these posts can just make me feel so much worse. I would find myself, realizing that I'm upset and anxious just because of a stupid post I saw, and not because anything was actually wrong. And I think this year I really took control of that. I finally blocked people that I should have blocked a long time ago. I would stop doing things like opening up Twitter at work or scrolling and scrolling forever for no reason, and attempting to curb a lot of those bad habits. Now, a lot of that I still would really like to improve on, and that's what I'm going to continue to keep doing in 2025. I'm already not on a lot of social media. I don't have Instagram, I don't have Facebook, and Twitter and YouTube are really the only things I use. But I would still really like to cut down on those things and try and engage with the real world more often, which I did a great job at in 2024, but I think I still have a long way to go. I think everyone honestly has a long way to go with that. An issue I saw in 2023 when I started doing this was I was worried that at some point I would run out of things to talk about. And lo and behold, it didn't take too long before I'd reached that point, especially when trying to keep on a schedule. I wanted to do one video a week. And while that isn't hard at all, because this is very low effort and there is not really any real workload other than, I guess, the thumbnails, I found myself sort of just talking about random shit, stuff I wasn't qualified for, things that maybe I thought would be a good idea, but haven't really thoroughly formed an opinion on, and overall was making things that I really just wasn't proud of. And like I said, even though it's very low effort, I would like to look back on these videos and gain something from it in the future. And if I click on a video and I'm just sitting there rambling for the sake of rambling, I don't gain anything out of that. And neither do you guys. So while I don't really hold myself to some insane standard, I would like to at least create something that I can show people and be a little proud of, at least for myself. So I stopped really following that schedule. I stopped trying to force myself to talk about things if I didn't have anything I actually cared to talk about. And while that definitely hurt my, growth or algorithm or whatever, stupid shit like that, I'm at least glad I'm not uploading random things anymore. And I will say that I would like to have a better balance in 2025, because I think that I would go sometimes a month. I don't think I ever went 2 months, but I maybe went a month and a half without uploading. But I would love to become at least a once a month, once every 2 weeks type consistent. That would be really great for me. And I think I just need to find a way to balance the wanting of uploading versus talking about something that I actually care about. I think going back to what I mentioned in the beginning of the video is that, when I look back on the videos in 2023 and even the beginning of 2024, I think you can genuinely see, hear and tell a difference in how I'm acting, how I'm talking, how I'm presenting myself. I think in 2023, I was in a really bad spot. I mentioned before that this channel started as, a way to give myself something to do, but it also was because I just felt so alone. I really was struggling in my social life, and this channel was an outlet for me. In a lot of ways, that has changed. I do feel a lot better than I did when I started this. And like I said, you can kind of tell that. And I think that that is a good thing. While I may not be making, these deep introspective videos anymore, I feel a lot better. And kind of mixing the two topics, when I was forcing myself to do a video once a week while also being very depressed, I was almost perpetuating my depression, forcing myself to talk about these things or bring up conversations that weren't productive and sort of keeping me in this cycle. I would joke around with my friends that I almost, had to be really depressed to upload videos or to make content that I was proud of. And I think that it is a very delicate balance. I think overall, I'm happy with how 2024 went for me. And I saw growth that honestly, I thought I would never saw. I've been actually doing YouTube for about 8 years now, at least on this channel. I've had other channels which probably go back to around 10 years. Even though it's not a lot, over 1,000 subscribers is pretty crazy for me. I was stuck at 300 subs for like 3 years straight. And finding a community that will actually tune into my videos has meant a lot to me. Even if I'm not the most consistent person in the world, I recognize some of you guys in the comments that comment every single time, or at least every other time, or however many times. I promise I recognize your names, and that means a lot to me. So even if I've said it, a bunch here and there, and even if it's not really, I'm not Mr. Beast or anything, I do genuinely really appreciate it. And hopefully in 2025, we can get bigger, or I don't know, something, My main goal is to just become more consistent. And if in doing so, that results in me gaining more subscribers, then that's awesome. And I hope I can deliver to whoever decides to tune in. This year, I have already sort of failed that. It is the 18th as of recording this, and I have yet to upload anything this year, I believe. There is one video I am working on, but it is taking a while, and I have had to restart it about 3 times because I just don't really like where it's going. Even this video, this is my second time recording this because I think I've become weirdly self-conscious about what I'm putting out there. I would like to change that. I would like to just sort of become more confident in the stuff I put out, even if, like, I don't know, this is maybe reflected in how I'm constantly calling this low effort, because I don't really see this as anything crazy, but it is something I'm kind of proud of, and I would like to put stuff out that is good. But sometimes I will end up recording a video 3 times or end up just scrapping it in general because I think I'm blabbering too much, or I don't like the mouth noises I was doing, stuff like that, that I think is stopping me from being more consistent. I would like to get better at sort of curbing those thoughts while also holding myself to at least a little bit of a standard. I think I'm always so worried about just talking for the sake of talking and going on about stuff I'm not qualified for. But then I'll watch other videos by huge channels and realize that they're just talking kind of about nothing. And I think I am holding myself to a higher standard than some of the most successful YouTubers on the platform. So I think I need to, like I said multiple times, find a nice balance. But overall, I think 2024, at least in regards to this channel, was a great year. My best year by far. And I appreciate everyone that tuned in. And hopefully I'll be saying similar things, in 2026 if I'm still here doing this. I imagine I will be. But yeah, that's going to be for today's video. I got Twitter stuff in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, see you guys.